Craig from Gunner's Guns in the Gun Cave. So one of the things I'm doing right now, this is my Remington 1100 3-inch mag. I just recently reassembled and fixed a Remington 1100 for a doctor. The problem as it started out was just this gas piston. It's just a little O-ring had disintegrated or was gone, and your gun will fail to cycle shells if that happens. So when he took it apart and tried to put it back together again, it did not go back together as planned. And the primary issue is the very first thing that we're going to do as far as reassembly. I needed to take my Remington 1100 apart and clean up the trigger group and everything else anyways, so that's why it is apart right now. I'll show you how to reassemble to make sure that you have a functioning gun. So the first thing is this link. You can see it's curved like this. So the first thing that goes into the gun, into the receiver, is the link. And remember that the link, the curved area, goes with the curve of basically the pistol grip. So you want to make sure that that goes in there. And what that does is the link actually helps the spring recoil, the recoil spring assist actually work. So just take a needle nose pliers, push that in there. You'll be able to see now this actual link works with the recoil spring at this point in time. So then the next thing that you can do, you can either put in the trigger group or you can put in the bolt carrier. Easiest thing to do then is just put in the trigger group right here. So the trigger group assembly, try to slide that down in. And when you have the trigger group in here, that should fit in there. There's two holes right there that you just want to make sure that are lined up. And you can see through there those holes. Once those holes are lined up, you take these two pins. The one pin goes in the front and the back. Easiest thing to do is then just take a little punch. There's little divots in the pins, so you can just punch them right through so that they're flush with the trigger group. Make sure that it's flush to the receiver. You don't want to mar up your receiver. So once those are flush in there, you're done as far as the trigger group assembly on there. Next thing that you're going to do is you're going to actually add the action arm and the bolt carrier. So that little bolt carrier fits on there, and you can see that when that's going back and forth, that bolt carrier actual functions that way. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that this is up so that it doesn't fall down. Slide that through so that the bolt carrier goes in there. And you got to remember there is this little tab right up in here that you got to press to be able to have the bolt carrier actually receive in. So there's just a little tab that you push that down so that the action arm will slide past there on the bolt carrier. And once that starts through there, that bolt carrier will lock right into place. Next thing that you do is you just take your assist charger assist, that just slides right in there. And then now you have a functioning trigger group and bolt carrier in there. And be very, very careful, so when you actually bring that forward, you don't have anything on there, so that could fly off. So the next thing that you're going to do is you've got these rings. This first ring, you want that flat part right there to go on first, and that should fit flush up against the action arm. And then this actually has an indentation in it. That ring right there follows just like that, so it mates up right in line with that O-ring right there. The next thing that goes on is just the silicone O-ring, and there's just a little groove. Once that goes on there, doesn't hurt to oil that up too, just so that it slides on a little bit easier, because it goes over those rough threads right there. So that then just goes in right there. There's just a little groove in front of those two rings that silicone seal goes in. So then the next thing is just the barrel. Put the barrel on. And that barrel, if you go back just a little bit on the bolt, maybe about a quarter of the way, you're going to be able to slide that barrel on a little bit easier because it's going to go into the receiver. Make sure that's lined up, and then that should just drop right in there as far as the barrel itself, right? Doesn't hurt to lock that back. That's nice and firm on there right now at that point. Keep that lock back with the barrel. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to slide on the forearm, just like that. And that'll thread on at the end. There we go. Perfect. Trigger's working. There we go. And that is the reassembly of a Remington 1100. This is a 3-inch Magnum version. I think it's the LT version. It was manufactured in 1969. So these are 50-year-old guns. They are great shotguns. If you have any questions, comment below. Please like my channel, and hopefully I can get a few more for you guys, and hopefully that was valuable.